Back from Alphacharts with a stocks to watch video. Today is July 13th, 2025. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Twitter, I'm at Alphacharts365. Go ahead and retweet the video. I appreciate it. If you really like this stuff and want to go more in depth, I do have a subscriber group. It's $10 a month, so super cheap, affordable for everybody. It's also month to month, which means that there are no contracts. You like it, you stay. You don't like it, you leave. It's really up to you. But here's what you get. Like I just made a in-depth market video on the market, the internals, what I think some true market leaders are, my extended watch list. That's idea generation, and it rotates with the market. And as things are going good right now, I have some more interest rate sensitive type of names on there. Anyway, as the market moves, I change the watch list for idea generation. Focus list video. I literally just made that video for subscribers. It's 10 minutes. It is specific names. There's 5 names on there where I'm considering to buy, where I'm considering to manage risk, where I want to take profits. That's what the focus list video does. I also do a midweek video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do market notes on Sunday and Thursday. Annotated chart setups on any focus list or name that I'm considering buying. I share with everybody daily market scans, posts just for subscribers, chart requests, live streams. I mean, this is all for $10 a month. I mean, there's no better deal out there. If you work full time, if you have a family, if you're just getting started in the markets, or even if you've been in the markets for a while, having another perspective on the markets, I think that is invaluable. And so again, very, very affordable. Click that subscribe button if you're on Twitter or X. If you're YouTube only, I run the same videos and chart setups for members there. Click on that subscribe button on YouTube if you're not on X. If you're on X, just join on X, right? And there you go. So 2 ways to get that information. All right, let's get into this video. SPY. If you watched my state of the market video yesterday, I think that SPY is still a little bit heavy and just may need to chop around, maybe pull in 1 or 2%, retest a breakout, something like that. Still bullish, but maybe not this week, like uber bullish, right? But here are some names that may look good. So first one is going to be RKLB. This is Rocket Lab. I think rockets are the future. I'm in this one already from earlier, from 513 back in here, but it may be setting up again. By the way, this is what a note would look like for subscribers, in case you were wondering, for annotated chart, where I want to get in, where my stop is, what the risk is, and sometimes potential targets. Sometimes it's just trail to stop, because sometimes things just keep going. And these are suggestions. They're never, you have to do this. Everyone trades their own account. But as far as this is going now, it's kind of got this tight area right in here. If it can break higher, then I think it gives another potential buy entry. Next up is HSAI. Again, looking at the weekly chart, you can see how this is right up near the IPO. Let's get that right. There we go. Right. So if this can break out from this area, then I think that this is a potential buy. Again, it's got to prove itself. Had a nice day on Friday, but really needs to, I guess, break out above, this 24-ish area or so. Yeah, above that. So that's HSAI. Next up is Reddit. So this one is kind of forming this little flag type. Let's try to redraw that again. There's your little flag. By the way, I'm using Deep View. The Deep View is my scanning and my charting software. Right now they're running a deal for, I think it's like there's a free trial, basically, no credit card required, just to give it a try. There's a link down below if you're interested in that, just so you know. But anyway, this is a flag from, right here. There's your flag. Again, it's got to break higher, above maybe 150-ish or so. That's where I could potentially get involved in Reddit. Um, if it continues lower, I don't want to be involved in it, right? It's got to prove itself. So Reddit above 150-ish or so, I kind of like that. Um, Here's one that failed on me, but I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm still watching it. It's been really tight. Amir Sports, AS. Um, it had a beautiful run, and it's kind of gone dormant here. So it doesn't, scare you out. It may wear you out, as Brian Shannon likes to say. And it's just kind of tight in here, right? So if it can move higher, again, I would like to back in here, and it took me out. But if it can break back above this general area, right? It's holding up nice tight up and over here. This is a possibility again, right? So that's Amir Sports, AS. Going to Coupang next, CPNG. So this is, I believe, a Korean company, and you can see on the weekly that you had this beautiful base, and it broke out, and now it's kind of flagging, right? It had this nice, and it may not be the fastest mover, but it's got this nice little flag. Let's just kind of go into here. It's got this nice little flag. We could do this, and we kind of make that this is the flag right here. Again, if it could break higher from here, so above, 30.50 or so, I think this has potential above 30.50. Next up is, okay, Palantir. And this should be no surprise to anybody that Palantir is a strong name. Um, and this is a general, really, I think, really important area. And you've seen some sellers come in this area, right? So again, we want to break above it, right? Maybe above 149, right? So it needs to show some strength, right? I don't want to buy the weakness. I want to buy strength. There are markets where I buy weakness, but not in names like Palantir. Um, it all depends on the name, right? When I bought NVIDIA, which scares not was on my list, but so this was NVIDIA, and this was, where is it? Here we go. Here's my note to subscribers, right? And so it broke out, and I'm like, okay, well, we don't want to buy extended breakouts. We want to buy this weakness on the retest on a name like Nvidia, which was a really, really strong name. So we want to get in around this 154, 155 area. And as you can see, it came back right into the area, it even undercut it some, which is fine. Who cares? We got in where we wanted to. And it's done very, very well since. Again, will it continue higher? Nobody knows. But so I could buy weakness in a name like Nvidia here on the breakout because I know because my reward to risk is really good versus, maybe some of the like a Palantir where it's already had such a big run. It's not coming out of a, giant multi, basically year-long base, right? I don't know if that made sense or not, but it made sense to me. Next up is SMR. So again, this one, if it can hold this kind of area right in here, say this low right there is 33.75, and it could turn back up. SMR, nuclear name, right? So again, to me volatile, but it's looking pretty good, right? It pulled back. We didn't want to buy this. We wanted to buy the breakout, the pullback, and then the strength after the pullback. I think we're starting to see that strength after the pullback. So SMR is looking pretty good. OKLO is in a similar boat. Actually, OKLO. Come on. Okay. There we go. Similar look to it. So you could pick one, both, neither, whatever you want. Uh, SMR may be looking a little bit better, but again, your choice. Next up is SOUN, Soundhound. Trying to create this base, came back. Again, I want to buy the strength after the pullback. I don't know if it's going to pull back anymore or not, but if I could start to turn the corner, make a new high, that's where I want to get involved in for Soundhound. So not quite here. It needs to prove itself a little bit more, but definitely one I want to watch. And the last one I have for you is TOST, Toast. Um, this this was a note again back on 5/24. So this one just never worked out because it went through just a choppy phase. That's what's going to happen sometimes too, right? Not everything works. It's still in this choppy phase. If it can again move above, we'll call $46, 45.50, $46, somewhere around there. I think it can, potentially get up to this $69, $70 area. Hasn't done it yet, but if it does, that's a potential right there. All right, if you haven't done so, check me out at Alphacharts 365. Click on that subscribe, join us on YouTube, click on that join, become a member. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, it's month to month. There are no contracts. So there's very, very, very little risk. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.